In 2006, archaeologists studying ancient trade routes in the Sahara found something unexpected. Not gold, not weapons, not pottery, but salt. Massive slabs of salt, some weighing over 90 kilograms, cut into bricks and carried across nearly 800 kilometers of burning desert, but under a sun that could kill in days, through lands where a single mistake meant death, across dunes that erased footprints within minutes. Why would anyone risk death in the Sahara? For salt, because for most of human history, salt was not seasoning, it was survival. Salt is sodium chloride. Sodium is essential for nerve signals, muscle contraction, maintaining blood pressure, fluid balance. Without sodium, humans develop hyponatremia, a potentially fatal condition. Early humans didn't understand chemistry, but they understood exhaustion. In the heat of Africa, they sweated salt from their body. They learned through experience that certain places restored strength. Those places had salt. Long before agriculture, humans were hunters. Archaeological studies show that prehistoric hunting sites are often located near natural salt licks, mineral deposits where animals gather. In North America, salt licks like those in Kentucky attracted massive herds for thousands of years. Indigenous tribes hunted near these sites, but something else happened. Humans noticed animals repeatedly returned to specific mineral rich areas. They licked rocks, they dug soil, they consumed clay. This behavior was not random. Modern biology confirms herbivores need salt because plants are low in sodium. So, when humans shifted from meat heavy diets to agriculture around 10,000 BCE, they faced the same problem. Grain based diets are low in sodium. Now, salt wasn't optional, it became necessary. Archaeologists tell us that humans were extracting salt thousands of years ago. In Neolithic China, around 6000 BCE, people were mining salt directly from brine wells. Meanwhile, in Romania, evidence shows salt production dating back even further, at least 6050 BCE. Think about that for a moment. This is older than the pyramids. Before monumental architecture, before grand temples or towering tombs, humans were already mining one of the most essential minerals for survival: salt. Salt is heavy. It doesn't move easily. Unlike silk or spices, you cannot compress it into something light and valuable. And yet, every human society needed it for survival, preservation, and trade. If a region lacked salt, it had no choice. It had to import it. And that necessity reshaped the map of the ancient world. In ancient Italy, the Via Salaria, the Salt Road, connected Rome to the Adriatic coast as early as the 5th century BCE. Salt from coastal marshes was transported inland along this road. The Latin word sal gave us words like salary and salvation. Roman soldiers received a salarium, an allowance connected to salt purchases. Salt was so essential that it became tied to wages. Across the Sahara Desert, entire economies were built on salt. In the mines of Tagaza, workers cut massive slabs of rock salt from the earth. These slabs were transported by camel caravans across the desert to cities like Timbuktu. At times, in parts of West Africa, salt traded weight for weight with gold. In humid regions where salt was scarce, its value could exceed that of precious metals. In China, salt became even more powerful. It became state controlled as early as the 7th century BCE. Chinese states began regulating salt production. By the time of the Tang dynasty, the government had established a national salt monopoly. Private production was illegal. Under the Song dynasty, salt taxes provided more than half of total government revenue. Half. That money funded armies, infrastructure, border defense, and administration across a vast empire. In France, centuries later, the salt tax known as the gabelle became so unpopular that it helped fuel anger leading up to the French Revolution. In India, salt sparked resistance against empire. In 1930, the Salt March led by Mahatma Gandhi challenged British salt taxation laws. Think about that. A mineral so simple that it fueled trade routes, funded empires, triggered revolutions, and inspired civil disobedience. Salt wasn't flavor, salt was economy, salt was control, salt was power.